of the year, so they're excited to have one song ready. Our next piece that they will sing is Mrs. Jenny Wren, spelled W-R-E-N. It's about a bird.
behave because his fight or flight could not be turned off. So it was like he was always standing in front of a grizzly bear that was waiting to attack him. It took 2 months before he trusted me and my husband, and I feel like it probably took about 3 months before he trusted the staff at W.A. Rice. But once he could trust, everything changed. For time's sake, I'll let that one story suffice. But they had bad behavior every day. There's a great story for every day of bad behavior with them. We all heard multiple cuss words a day, and after he trusted, we heard none, not one. We had all been kicked at, and after he was able to trust, he was appalled at other children's bad behavior. He was judgmental. It was crazy. He was not able to do his work when he first came, and after he was able to trust, he learned to read, write. On the STARS test, he had been in the intensive red, and by the time he left, he was at the Bitchhorn Green Zone. He could play on the playground while his teacher sat on the bench instead of following him around the playground, which she did for a long period of time. So W.A. Rice changed his whole life. Here you'll see him in his taekwondo clothes with his brothers, because they also were like cigarettes. The first day we went in and met with the guidance counselor, Ms. Drummond, we were talking about after-school care options, and she immediately was like, you need to send them to Absolute Taekwondo. They're so structured. She's seen great success with kids who have behavioral problems with them. And so that was huge for us. And if she hadn't taken the time to truly see us and meet us and see their needs, we never would have put them in that. And so that was a blessing. And then same with Little Fox Speech Therapy. They came to us and they could not speak where they could be understood. And because of Ms. Becky Adams, the WA speech teacher, she recommended all these different things to us. And by the time they left, they could speak where people could understand them, which is huge. But it took a team of people at W.A. Rice, and they would tell you that too. It took the school psychologist, the speech teacher, the voice group teachers, Ms. Rosie who worked in the office in ISS, the special ed teacher, Officer Jerry, even the special teachers, I think, were given like special guidance on how to handle them. The principals and the vice principals. This team of people, they showed sympathy, patience, teamwork, and that's how they got through to these boys. And I firmly believe that W.A. Rice changed the trajectory of their whole life. Not one of them ever ended up in the behavioral classroom, and they very well could have. But by the end of the year, they were leaps and bounds better emotionally and academically from where they came in. And I don't know where they're at today. So maybe, it didn't change the trajectory of their life, but I do know that if every school would be as involved as W.A. Rice and would handle these situations like W.A. Rice is, then it would change their whole life. That's what I hope for them. When a community provides what a family cannot, a child can succeed. And I hope you can see that from these stories tonight. It is the truth. The numbers in Wilson County, in October, there were 137 kids in custody in Wilson County. There are 37 DCF foster homes currently and 22 private provider homes. Private provider homes are DCF homes as well. They're just through Agave. So I foster through Agave, but I take DCF children. And then there are 7 children in Wilson County who are in full guardianship, meaning their parents' rights have been terminated and they're waiting on adoption right now. 38% of Wilson County kids are placed in county. So if you do the math, that means 62% of kids who are already in Wilson County, so they're in our schools, as soon as they go into foster care, they leave Wilson County and they get sent to a different county. So what is Foster 180? Keith Edmonds of the Keith Edmonds Foundation in Lebanon, some of you may know him. One day he was talking to Amy Bond, who works at Monroe Harding in Nashville. She's a social worker. He was telling her of his woes about he would get kids from Judge Tatum to mentor, and as soon as he would start mentoring them, they would go to foster care and they would move like an hour away. And when they needed to move, he couldn't mentor them. If you know Keith's story, you know that he was actually in foster care for a little while. And he did return to his mother, but through his whole life, he was able to stay in the same county, in the same schools, with the same mentors. And he attributes this, along with other things, to helping him make it through his trauma. Amy also told Keith at this time about a county in Texas she had heard of that was the first county in all of Texas to switch the waiting. So that means they had more families waiting on children than children waiting on foster families to be placed into. We do not have a county in the whole state of Tennessee that has enough foster families for the foster children that are in care. So there are always children waiting for a family. That's how Foster 180 was formed, from from Montgomery County to Wayne County, all from Wilson County. So why is this important? Why is it important for children to stay in their community? That's what we're working towards with Foster 180. When a youth leaves their home and enters the foster system, it is important to minimize the stress brought on the child. So if you think about if you were taken away from your family, but maybe you got to still stay in your same job, or see some people that you knew before, rather than moving an hour away from your home, how that would minimize the stress that's already so much. And then it's the same vice versa. So whenever you leave your foster home and go back to your family, hopefully you're staying in county, and hopefully you're staying in the same school as you were before with the same teachers and the same mentors. The last thing I want to point out is just the fact that we have such an awesome county. You know, we have great schools with great teachers who teach our values. We have great doctors, we have great therapy options, strong churches, policemen, the list goes on and on. So if we really want foster children to succeed, why would we not want them to succeed here in our county? Our group is a collective impact group, so on this next slide, you can see some of the people who are already partnering with us, Wilson County Schools and the Sheriff's Office, and we have even more than this. I haven't updated it. So it's all us all just working together towards a common goal for the child, rather than everyone just kind of working in their own way for foster care. So I'm here today to tell you about this because someone once told me, and if that person had not shared with me about foster care, I may have never known that it was something that I meant to do. We ask you to share your knowledge about foster care with others so that they can get involved too. So we want to empower our community to see that there is an issue, it being that we have a lot of kids coming into care in Wilson County, and not a lot of them are staying in Wilson County. We're sending them all over. And then we want the community to step up and take ownership of Foster 180, and it will take all of us educating ourselves on foster care, on what the issue is, and then taking action. So I asked if anyone is interested in learning more about this. Their next meeting, due to Christmas and everything, is January 15th. It'll be at the Keith Edmonds Foundation in Lebanon. If you come to that meeting and learn more, and you are very interested, you can join a focus group. So we have kind of smaller groups that do things such as educating the community, preparing the community, foster parent training, etc. Learn how to become a foster parent. If that's something that stands out to you and you want to learn more about that, I would love to share with you more. Spread the word about Foster 180, and then if you have any questions, I would love for anyone to reach out to any of us on the list with questions. And also I'll say that we have awesome trainers too, since I'm talking to the school board. So if this is something where you think teachers could be more trauma trained, I know you already have so many trainings that you do. Amy Vaughn, especially, she's a trainer for Monroe Party, and that's what she does, and she is amazing at it. She's one of the best trauma trainers I've ever sat through. And so reaching out to me or her and setting up a training, if that's something where faculty would want to be more trauma informed, so they can handle these children in a more trauma informed way. I think we can all agree that Wilson County is a strong county with a very caring community, and that is why we felt the need to create Foster 180 in this county. We had other choices, but the number of youth that come into care is one of the largest in the national area, and the amount of youth who stay in county is one of the smallest in our area. So we need to be taking care of kids in our county and not sending them out of other counties. In 15 minutes, I can't really tell you a lot about foster care, but what I really want you to leave knowing is that right now, these are 137 kids who formerly lived on our streets. They formerly went to our schools, lived in our neighborhoods, and they're not that far from us. We cannot help a problem that we do not know or admit that it exists. So I just want you to leave here knowing that this problem exists, and that we have ways of solving this problem. So thank you all. I'll just add, this sounds like a really big deal, but we only need less than 1% of Wilson County to become foster parents for us to be able to switch the waiting in Wilson County. So I hope I can come back in a few years and tell you that we're the first county in the state of Tennessee to switch the waiting. Thank you all so much for your time.
Got a question.
Yes.
And you hit it, but I didn't hear everything you said. 7 children in full guardianship that do not have families in the back. Exactly what it said.
Adopted, children who are waiting on being adopted, so their parents' rights they really try to get them back into custody as soon as possible. And that goes back to the fact too that they just don't have much foster homes. So as soon as they can get them back to their families, they're trying to get them back.
And so that time, let's say that child is with you, and let's say it's 6 months placement, and then they go back to their family, is that hard?
Yes, ma'am, it's terrible. Ms. Kincaid here, and she can attest to this, but it's terrible, you know, you love them so much, and then they leave you, and sometimes you get to see them again, and sometimes you don't. So that's one thing where if they really could stay in their same schools and have some of the same people that they have seen, it would be huge. I can't imagine how life-changing that would be for them, because it really is like they get totally used to your home, they get totally used to their school, and that's about the time that we take them back out and send them back. So it's very traumatizing, leaving and coming and leaving.
That's exactly what I was afraid of, that's why I did that question.
Yeah, it's very hard.
I guess the thing that you said tonight that's really struck me is the little boys at, West, is that
Yep,
right?
yes,
And he was 5 years old.
yes, sir.
Can you imagine what kind of life he's had up to that point? And how difficult it must be on these children that, stay in that environment for even longer periods of time than that.
Yes, sir.
So,
It's very hard, and that's why when, I think the trauma training helps so much, because you can imagine how tough that is, but when you're dealing with the behaviors every day, it's hard to remember why you're seeing that behavior, because the behavior is so bad. You know, when a child spits in your face, you're not thinking, oh, trauma, you're like, you just spit in my face. You know, so I feel like that's huge, and it helps to remember why, and the anger and everything that people want. Thank you.
Thank you, ladies.
thank you, Linda, for bringing your report tonight. Statement from citizens, guests, and delegations, and I know that, we had a couple of ladies that, were on the agenda, but they're not going to speak because they were full, what they want to talk about. And also, we have Ms. Christie Dunn. Christie, you have 3 minutes to make your way forward. While you're walking up, I want to tell you to please state your name, address, and subject of the registration. Your topic must be specific in nature, dated only for the policies or procedures. And we reserve the right to terminate remarks at any time that you fail to adhere to the guidelines, or your comments become abusive to an individual board member, the board as a whole, the director of school, or any employee of the school system. The board shall have no obligation to respond, and at the conclusion of your remarks, the board and the director of school shall have the privilege to ask questions. Your remarks will be limited to 3 minutes, so at this time, Christie, the floor is yours.
My name's Christie Dunn. My name's Christie Dunn. I live at 906 Christina Drive, Mount Juliet, Tennessee. I'm here to speak to you about policy 1.5, board community relations, and policy 1.7, school district goals. I'm not going to read both policies in their entirety, because that would take too long. Policy 1.5, the board, in order to promote school-community interaction relating to policy and operating of the schools, the board will keep citizens regularly informed through channels of communication, have principals develop programs to involve families and the community, and have the director of schools, through their office and staff, promote community-school relations. Policy 1.7, the Board of Education has the following goals and beliefs. The educational responsibility is a partnership jointly shared by students, staff, and community. As I look around this room tonight, this is your community, or a representation of your community. We have nurses, teachers, parents, grandparents, small business owners, engineers, stay-at-home parents, healthcare workers. You have born and raised Wilson County folks that call this home now, folks who moved here for the schools. We all love this school district. We love our teachers, administrators, guidance counselors, nurses, and the list goes on and on. But most importantly, we all love our children. We want to be in this partnership with you, and not just for fundraising, or when you need us to promote a new school or a new open dialogue and communication with our board and our director of schools. We want to know we can sit down with you, have discussions, dream, plan, and help this district grow, meet challenges, and excel even further and become top in the state and the nation. We want to work with you as community partners. We want to fully embody these qualities in all that Willis Souls in college. Thank you.
Bobby Hill. Tommy Hill.
My mother calls me Bobby or Johnny or Tom.
Tommy, please state your name, your address, subject to presentation, and topic must be specific and the nature, date, and number of the policies and procedures that we reserve the right to terminate remarks at any time that you fail to adhere to the guidelines, or that your comments become abusive to an individual board member, the board as a whole, the director of schools, or any employee of the school system. The board shall have no obligation to respond, and at the conclusion of your remarks, the board and the director of schools shall have the privilege to ask questions. You'll have 3 minutes at this time. Mr. Hill.
Yes, sir, and, Mr. Thompson, I just sold my house because I'm getting married and she made me, so I'm living, not sure what the numerical address on Old Lebanon Dirt Road is, but it's Laurel Valley Apartments.
I think you're getting off to a good start.
Old Lebanon Dirt Road, Mount Juliet, Tennessee. My name is Tommy Hibbett, and Director Wright, Ms. Armstead, Ms. McGee, Mr. Carl, Mr. Sonic, Mr. Thompson, Mr. Robinson. Thank you for letting me be here tonight. It's a joy and a pleasure to see our elected school. It is, and Ms. Armstead, you were correct. The school board allowed me to address concerning the new high school in 2016. It seemed like yesterday, but it was 2016. And thank you so much for letting me be part of the recommendation naming committee. Thank you for letting me be part of that. And as I shared with the committee concerning the naming, and I see a lot of committee members here tonight, so as I shared with the committee, my motivation back in 2016 was one of a selfish one, because I wanted to please my father. My father is no longer with us, and he wasn't in 2016, but he was the city historian of Mount Juliet. And I knew that when we fortunate enough to have this new high school in planning, and thank you for that, I knew that my father would have smiled, and he would have said, I wonder if they know it's in Green Hill. So, my motivation for that is because he's right, and I'm not the expert on Green Hill whatsoever. G. Frank Burns was the expert. And I recommend anyone, please, go to your public libraries, or Wilson County libraries. Please take a trip to the Wilson County Archives. Also, please visit Cumberland University. Library there is great, and I'm a product of Wilson County Schools and Cumberland University. But as G. Frank Burns told us, and I thought at the time that the school board might be interested, that Green Hill has been a contributing member of Wilson County since 1791, according to G. Frank Burns. And Green Hill stretches all the way from Scott Hall all the way to Oakland Avenue. And these are names we don't usually hear of today, but some of us are very familiar with that. And if you're interested in that, please go to the library, and it's wonderful information. But the community has been a contributing member to Wilson County for so long now, and there are still 6 surviving members of the Green Hill Women's Club, of which my mother is a part. And such a historically active and public serving group of women, group of young please let me say this real quick. As far as the naming, as far as colors, as far as decisions that need to be made, everyone here is a Wilson County. I'll say majority here is a Wilson County. And we have entrusted in our school board members and given our school board members the authority to make these decisions. And I trust in our school board, and I trust in my school board member, and I support the decisions of our school board in these decision-making for this new school. And thank goodness for the new school and for the new opening of the middle school very shortly. Thank you.
Any questions, let's see.
I just want to introduce myself, Mr. Davis. You didn't call me. Wayne McNeese,
Mr. Manise, it's a pleasure to meet you. Please accept my apology. Thank you.
Student board members, who we have with us tonight, Andrew from Watertown? All right.
Watertown High School football team is undefeated in the regular season, something that has not happened since 1976. We had home field advantage Friday night in round one of the playoffs, defeating Westfield County in the score 57-16. We played Westmoreland in round two on Friday, November 9th, with home field advantage. Each Price has been invited to play in the annual Toyota East versus West All-Star Classic on Friday, December the 7th at Austin Peay State University. FBLA sponsored a high school pink out day by selling pink out shirts, raising $700 to be donated to a charitable fund that will go to our attendance secretary, Ms. Tracy Stackman, who is currently in treatment for breast cancer. Our volleyball girls placed first in the district, first in the region, won sub-state, and placed third in the state tournament. Our girls soccer team finished their season third in the district. This is the highest ranking we have achieved since this team sport was offered at WHS. Laura Allen is not able to be here tonight, so I have the Mount Juliet report. Regarding sports, the girls cross-country team, along with Tyler Stewart and the boys team qualified for state, the football team won the first round of playoffs against Kimball on Friday. The library at Mount Juliet High School recently developed a diverse reading list, which is a color-coded system that allows students to find books featuring characters in all different backgrounds. Its categories include people of color, physical and mental disabilities, and LGBTQ charities. Our school librarian piloted the program as a way for students to find books that include characters that they relate to. The Youth and Government Club was tasked by the Secretary of State to complete a mock election leading up to the midterm election. The election highlighted the importance of voter turnout. At Mount Juliet High School, Carl Dean won the governor's race, and Phil Breslin won the state race, the Senate race. The Future Farmers of America Club from Mount Juliet High School traveled to Indianapolis last week to compete at nationals. MJHS was recognized as a national two-star chapter. Several club members were ranked nationally in the competition. Finally, the Best Buddies Club hosted an extremely successful and fun trunk or treat. Many clubs had trunks, and members in the community donated their time to support the Best Buddies. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening, this is Philip at high school. Lebanon had over 90% of seniors take the ACT on October 30th and also had many students take the October 20th or 27th ACT. In our fine arts department, LHS is doing incredible. Our fall play of musical comedy Murders of 1940 will have showings on November 2nd and 3rd at 7 p.m. and November 4th at 2 p.m. We had 24 students audition for MTVA Mid-State Choir and Freshman Honor Choir. We have 13 students selected for Mid-State and 4 selected for All-State. Athletically, we are still improving. Our boys bowling team is currently 5-0, and our girls bowling team is also currently 5-0. We have 3 runners in cross country advancing to state, Aiden Britt, Andrew Smart, and India Matson. And Blue Nut also received a region award. Our football team has advanced for the first time to playoffs after defeating Wilson Central and Longview. We ended the season with an 8-2 season, losing to Blackman Friday night, our best record since 2008. Our FFA officers were present at the FFA National Convention. We also will be sending over 40 students to Beta Convention in Gaylord this month. Student Council will also be implementing our annual can food drive with a goal of 25,000 cans.
Thank you. Sounds right, I don't think we have a recommendation with the simple, no? This time we'll move into adopt our agenda. Now your motion, we adopt our agenda. Motion to adopt, I hear a second.
Second.
Motion from Ms. Thompson, second from Mr. Robinson, that we adopt our agenda. All in favor of adopting the agenda, vote aye.
already been approved within the limits, I feel like, of the, what the executive committee can do. So, I think maybe what we're trying to, and I'm not speaking for anybody, but I think what we're really looking at now is what the policy on the executive committee approves. I think that's where we are, because if it's done been dealt with, HR,
data to support that. I've heard rumblings, children are off track, and it takes time to bring them back on track after a 2-week break. Again, no data to reflect that. What I have seen is ACT results skyrocketing in Wilson County. I've seen schools, including West Elementary, where my children go, becoming 5-star schools. In fact, the only data that I've really seen clearly presented to the parents is that of gains in our school system. This is all while the 2 consecutive week break has been in effect. In addition, educators support the consecutive 2 weeks. Many see it as a perk to work in Wilson County. And quite frankly, our educators who are underpaid and undervalued deserve this perk. In addition, I believe in our educators. I do not believe they would support a perk just because it benefits them if it truly detrimented any child. I believe that they believe it's in the child's best interest, and I think it is as well. I believe we're doing a disservice to Wilson County if we ignore their wishes. In the 3 days prior to today that I found out that this was on the agenda, in that short time, I created a petition, and we have nearly 2,500 residents, parents, and educators that have signed that petition that I provided to the board members by email today. I have a copy here if anyone else would like a copy. That number continues to rise, and I believe that that number will be even greater given more time. In fact, last year, Wilson County Schools provided a survey. Of the 18,000 surveys that were sent out, nearly about 44% were returned. The numbers are in line with most of the elections here in Wilson County. I believe it is representative of what the parents want. 52% were in support of the 2 consecutive weeks. Around 38% were in support of the next option, which is the Thanksgiving 1 week and then 1 week of the fall break. And then the remainder were for additional time, I believe, added in summer. That majority is clear. I think it's fair to note that some elections are decided on less of a majority than that. While I know it's not a vote, it was the only option given to parents and educators to voice their opinion. Sadly, it was the best we had, and we voiced our opinion, and I believe it should be heard. The reasons to retain these 2 weeks go on and on. Many parents can't get the holiday time off. They can't change their schedule. It creates less family time. Fall break, 2 weeks, is more flexible, and it provides for affordable family vacation for all families, not just those who can afford it during a specific week. Many families are separated or divorced. It's a sad reality. But by creating this undue burden, they're going to have to redo parenting plans that have been well established for years. It places an undue burden on parents and educators and the legal systems within Wilson County to have to redo these parenting plans. In closing, I know my time is up. I believe that Wilson County has many issues that deserve our attention. Retention, teacher retention, bus driver retention, hiring, pay. I don't believe that consecutive 2-week fall break is what this board should be focusing on, and we should stop trying to fix what is not broken.
Chairman, board members, I do have one item of business, and I do have one item of business tonight that I need to discuss with you, probably in executive session. Probably will ask for a vote and come back out, so we know vote in session, I just need to explain to you what is on the table. Before we do that, though, I do want to tell you, and perhaps maybe you already know, Mr. Elmer Marler, who is the oldest living graduate of Wardell High School, 103 years old, passed away this afternoon. So he was a World War II veteran and really enjoyed his birthdays, 100, 101, 102, 103. I think
I met with you, and the other members of the board to discuss a matter of pending litigation. The Smith County Education Association case that we commonly refer to, it came down several years ago and allowed that to be an exception to the, open meetings law. I can talk to you about things, we can discuss things, but no votes can be taken. No votes were asked for, none were taken, so I'll say that to the member of the audience. Now, I'm prepared to present to you something that you will need to vote on, and that is, the city of Mount Juliet has proposed an offer to you to settle she makes a motion to take back $380,000, and it gets a second. And if it's approved, then that's what we'll go back to them, saying this is what we're going to settle. Now, if they come back and say, okay, then we've got to do it.
You got a deal for $380.
If you approve me making that counter offer.
Can I make that motion, then we can discuss it?
Yes, sir. Gotta get a second.
Okay. So I will make the motion to, have, counter offer of $380,000. Or whatever that, something, what, or 1% is, and then the special provision would have to be over.
Got a motion from Ms. Armstrong that we, make a counter offer to the city manager for $380,000. Do I hear a second? Second. Second by Mr. Carl. Discussion. Being no discussion this time, I'm going to be ready to vote. All in favor of sending back, request for $380,000 to the city manager, those yes, those opposed, vote no. Let the motion show that it failed 5-2. Anything else?
I don't have anything else on that case or any other matter unless y'all have some questions of me. I will communicate that to the city's attorney here shortly.
If they decide they want to pay $380,000, we'll do that.
We already have, and then we spend that.
Oh, yeah, they did.
We'll see, I'll leave my box out and we'll see what happens now.
Well, I prefer the $49,000.
Okay, that's all I have, Mr. Chairman. I know y'all got one.
Report from the director of schools. I'm gonna hear motion, we accept his report. Motion, second, Lord, take a second. Second. Second, Ms. Sykes. All in favor of second his report, vote yes, no opposed, vote no. And I've been asked by the secretary down there for us to please speak into the microphone. That there are folks in the audience that says that they cannot hear. Please do that. All votes in? Accept his report. That shows passed 7-0. Okay, report from the director of schools, Dr. Wright.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Last Thursday evening, I gave you, as far as the notes that was, on my report. I want to add that you also have the financials for October placed at your, set on the table prior to me, so you have a copy of that. You also received, an entertaining plan performance, our health report, colleagues given to you Thursday night. Also provided the school audit report dated June 2018 with no findings. And I noted, again, for the record, that is extraordinary. We're not only a district our size, but we're also looking at individual schools. I also provided for the board the attendance policy and procedures as far as the state attendance manual, and for your attention to page 7, where it's noted very clearly in the state policy that, again, made the distinction, state board direct policy, state department has to implement and push it down into the district. But on page 7, very clearly states that attendance cannot be used as a reward. The convention, TSCAs, several of you were able to come at different times. Thursday evening, we were recognized as far as our part in establishing the Tennessee Digital Library, as far as a resource repository of content, particularly in science, now working on social studies. And was well received. Mr. Thompson, you were there as well, as part of that support, I believe Ms. Armstead is, again, but we continue to receive, accolades from surrounding districts across the state simply because of what we've created within the county, not only being unique, as far as just the volume, but also our ability to share it with other districts, so that they can access, particularly in science standards, and now as we start building the social studies. We were recognized Saturday night, as far as, and again, I know someone of you put this up here, it was be kept as a surprise until that evening, but it was the 2018 School of the Year for Excellence in Architectural Design, presented to the Wilson County Board of Education in recognition of the Wilson County Administrative and Training Complex. And so that was recognized, and we had, most of the board present, for that presentation that evening. And then the finale was Sunday morning. Mount Juliet High School's vocal ensemble, sort of wrapped up the morning, and it was prior to the keynote speaker who made the comment that, really, that not only were they awesome, but they were epic. And they did 4 renditions, but the second one, which was, I knew it was going to be special, but they didn't tell me how special it would be. The theme of the conference was technology and education, and so they did a spoofs, more or less Google, Facebook, how you can meet your love, but break up on Facebook, and you can Twitter to the world. And so it was just a really well done, with a lot of terminology, a lot of the LOL, and all written into the song, but sung in a classical sense, as far as making sure that the range of notes and everything, again, brought the house down, and then they closed it out with a gospel song that, the standing circle, can be unbroken. But I guess the thing is that the standing ovation, I guess by that time, we'd had anywhere from, 400 to 500 attendants, but there were still at that late 250 people that recognized, and so they not only made us very proud of the talent, and some of you seen, we had Lebanon High School choral ensemble for one meeting, here's Mount Juliet High School presenting, and it was just outstanding, and it was like, okay, these are high school kids. It was incredible, so wanted to note that. And then, much of the report, there's, no additional pieces there, other than I want to note the board retreat, we decided to make that date January the 13th. So, and we'll get more information to you as far as if that's enough time out, that you can make note of that. January 13th will be the day of the school board retreat. And, are no questions, Mr. Chair, that concludes my report.
Motion to receive the director's report. Motion.
Move to accept the report.
Motion by Mr. Sonic, do I hear a second? Any discussion on her report? If not, all in favor of voting her, accept her report, vote yes. Those opposed, vote no. They show pass 7-0. Next item is recommendation of director's who? Dr. Wright.
Yes, sir, and following the agenda. As far as what I have up as far as the recommendation tonight, and the first is being that I make the recommendation to accept the proposed school calendar, and my recommendation, again, which this was discussed, and I shared this week, my recommendation is a full week in October, a full week Thanksgiving week, and we have 3 days that are still left that will reduce the end of the year and back it up 3 days. So it's 3 days. So I want to repeat that. Full week in October, 9 weeks at the start of school, a full week of Thanksgiving,
do not vote. We take the majority of those people as who we elect. It doesn't matter how many didn't vote, the one that voted was pretty clear what they wanted. I wouldn't give you, that's right.
I said, again, as I said earlier, that was an information survey, was never intended to a vote on.
Well, you mentioned that there was a vote.
I use the terminology because that's how it's been learned, but it's an information survey.
And the information that we got then is that our parents, our teachers wanted a 2-week break. Would you concede that much?
Those that responded, but also, we also have information, and again, we have information for parents that, again, did not respond, and certainly not responded in social media because of, as many have said, that they were bullied and would not respond, but we've received many, and particularly parents of children that have significant disabilities, that, the 2 weeks becomes very disruptive, and they have a difficult time transitioning back in, and that was much that we heard even today, so, again, it's not representative of all the families, but if you're looking at it as far as those that chose to participate and succeed, you are correct.
I will have to agree that this year probably received more votes in favor of the counter that was proposed by you. However, like I said last year, and like I reiterated this year, is my deciding factor last year when we polled the county was that the teachers were overwhelmingly in favor of the 2-week fall break. I pretty much said that parents were taught that, truly. 51% chose the 2 week. And personally, in my personal home, the 2 week is not advantageous for my family, it's not. So I would be voting against my own family. However, what I'm looking at are teachers. And for those of you who recognize what I tried to do this past summer, which was try to create awareness about teacher pay in surrounding counties, my fear, my legitimate concern is that when teachers decide to choose one county over another, they may, in lieu of a higher pay or whatever benefit they find is beneficial to them in their home, that the 2-week fall break is a deciding factor for some of those teachers. And so like I felt many leading up to this is that my choice is to ensure that our teachers are heard, number one. And number two, we also have to make sure that we do what's right at the high school level, because Dr. Wright said that high schools drive the county. And my sentiment, my response to these folks is, look, I want to support the teachers, because I don't want to take away what is perceived for benefit, which is the 2-week fall break. However, what's beholden to us and pushed down to us is the state assessments that we have to hold to, and we have to perform at a district level. And our high schools are placed in a significant burden because we are on a block schedule. And when high school students are out for that time period, they're missing more school than they would be on a 7-day period type of schedule. So my caveat is, if we remain 2 weeks for this year, next year, 3 years, or however long, we have to look at alternatives so that the teachers who bear the burden of the EOCs at the end of the year and each semester, for all the other teachers within that school who bear the burden of that score for their evaluation, we have to look at other alternatives to make sure that these teachers can take those students. Because I can see the argument from elementary schools and middle schools that it is a significant benefit for a lot of those teachers. I'm definitely sure I've got 4 little ones at home right now. But my concern is, like I said, the teachers
tests. Give me a break, they're terrible. The other thing, our high schools have a 5-star rating. Is that correct?
Yes, sir, it's correct, they get a 5, that's where they did. And that's absolutely,
It is that standard, and it's because of our teachers.
and I don't see that either.
You know, we sit up here,
We have excellent teachers.
better than that, if I can be. We sit up here and think we do a lot as a school board. We should only deal with policy and budgetary things. Our teachers are what make our county. Nobody up here in this central office, nobody sitting on this board, it's our teachers that drive our county, and to me, we need to listen to what they want. Our EOC run by the state is a joke.
But we're still held accountable.
Yep, and they're still a joke, so why would I want to base on what I want to do on what the state does? And I know I'm preaching a losing battle here, but I gotta say it.
I've got one or two things that I'd like to say on this one. This has always been an issue with me, even though a concern of mine, even though I've never asked for this to be put on the agenda or to consider it on the agenda or our calendar. I've never had any input on those. But I feel like my experience tells me that it's in the best interest of our children, our school system, that we vote. I mean, that we accept 1 week of fall break and 1 week of Thanksgiving.
The teachers have
Ma'am, I've got the floor. I'm not, you get your opinion wherever you go to vote, I get my opinion right now. And I feel like that the time, and I think the numbers and observations and all this that I've experienced in my life tells me that the children who have the most difficulty learning have the harder time with this kind of schedule, where they're out of school for a week. And I've done this 37 years, so I feel like I've got a little input into this thing and an observation. And you may disagree.
I do.
And that second week was put in, when the block schedule was put in for remediation. Not for vacation, not for whatever, put in for remediation. And after that went on the wayside, the remediation, I think, it was hard to help children who were having difficulty or had issues. And when that came off the plate, I feel like it's a difficult thing for them to restart them and get them back to where they need to be. That is my opinion. And the people voted for me to express what I think is best for Wilson County. I can't take a survey on every issue that we have up here. I'm sorry. We can't do a survey on every issue that ever votes cast. They trust it. And then they'll get to make a decision on what they do. And I feel like, because why would I want to create opposition? All I'm representing is what I think is in the best interest of these children, and that is how I vote. Now, and this is no way to trying to appease teachers, it's also another thing that I've always had an issue with. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to make a motion to this resolution that we have, recommendation we have on the calendar, that we remove stockpile days out of our calendar. I feel like that always has been double jeopardy for our teachers and our students. And every time I've ever brought this up, I'm not right up in the middle of the board meeting, but I'm talking to administration. But I feel like they put in that 30 minutes to earn that right. If we have bad weather, if we have illness issues or something, we have those available. And the state says you get 13 days to 30 minutes. And I think it's always been double jeopardy or punishment or whatever for you to put in the time, and then if we want to put 2 stockpile days in the calendar, which they can't use for in-service. If they're used for in-service, I feel completely different than that. But they can't do it, they just gotta come to work 2 extra days or 3 extra days, or whatever the government might call for. And, our children, they're getting booked at 13 days, so that if they have those conditions. The way it is now, say we've got 2 stop 5 days, and if we're going to miss 7 days school, we're going to more than 11 days, the kids have to make up those 2 days, and they've earned their right. So I would like to make a amendment to that motion, that we remove the stockpile days, and if you need to leave in a time like our procedure, be required in-service for teachers, and they get paid for that, which the other way they don't, and so, I made that motion.
So, Mr. Robinson, you're making a motion to amend the calendar to remove the stockpile days.
Second. Ma'am? No, I made the motion, and so I want to make the motion for the first issue, so that I can
development, and kids are not in school during that day. So,
I don't agree.
I
I
understand.
think it's some one of those things we do just because we can. And I know you got it. I say that every time. I mean, it's not a personal attack, I'm just saying.
And I don't say that.
It's saying that is.
But it's also something, and Mr. Robbins, it's hard to explain, I understand exactly, because it's one of those that we'll get a question maybe once or twice a year as far as why am I having to work longer? It goes along the very same line, and we explain as far as that, you're not working outside your contract, as far as you're not having to work more days or beyond that.
May I ask a question? I'm not ready. Okay. It says professional days, you have to earn 5 professional days. Accrue 5 professional days, right?
Yes.
Now, are those stockpile days, there's 2 of those 5?
And again, I don't have the numbers other than what you have right here as far as, because again, we have, and if you'll look at your, you see on that part, that 91 instructional days, we have to show on the calendar that, which the state approves, that we have 180 instructional days. And we have to balance it throughout the year, and it tends to, sometimes we'll get close to 90, but then 11 days are available for inclement weather that we can pull from that stockpile. If you'll go through it and look to see what we have there, again, if you look at what the red is, that's the stockpile days that we're using for professional development. Then you also have green, that is professional development days that we have to show that teachers have had 5, that's required by the state. So and we even have to code it to the state. You have professional development, you have in-service days, there are 2 different days, and then you've got what they refer to as administrative days, and those are the days that we give teachers, sort of the week before the kids ever report, and that we build into it as well. So, and again, it's sort of complicated, but we use that time wisely. No, that's just an option that the state allows us, because we've approved.
Kind of where we are on the motion, one motion we're talking about, make sure we're back on the right motion, I'd like to get back on the highway.
We have rules of train off the tracks here.
So the clarification, we're talking on, there is no motion to remove the stockpile right now, we're just talking about the motion. All right. I want to speak just to get this on the record. I appreciate all those who called me. I know this is going to be a tough thing. There's a lot of people out there who support the 2-week break. And I haven't talked to everybody. I've talked to a lot of people. I still get calls and emails. And I appreciate that interest. I'd like to see that interest in other issues such as teacher pay, such as the sales tax funding and other things. I'd like to see us get that passion about other things. And I don't mean to mean it, they're more important than the calendar. I'm doing exactly what I didn't want to do when I got elected. I said I'd worry about funding, growth, and overall direction of the school system. And I spent all weekend talking about high school names and calendars. I'm going to try to echo where I am on this calendar, and I've listened to a lot of people on the 2 weeks. First, it was a survey, not a vote. It was 52% to 39%. It's a majority, but it's not a landslide, and so you need to dig a little deeper. Most of the reasons given for 2 weeks were better vacations, more family time, children are stressed out and need that time to recover, and it's easier on joint custody families, and I understand that. I truly understand that if there's a difficult custody relationship. But I think we're putting a name on things. If our children are truly stressed out after 9 weeks, we're doing something wrong, whether it's through testing, whether it's through unrealistic expectations. Learning should be fun, and kids should not be stressed out. So let's not do a Band-Aid of 2 weeks. Let's figure out why they're being stressed out and fix that so kids actually have fun learning and have a week to kind of relax and come back. With regard to 1 week, there are 146 school districts in Tennessee. I think only 4 have a 2-week break. In going to the TSBA this weekend, it really echoed on me that, especially more so in high school, but school in general, high school is supposed to prepare our students for college or work. And they want the students to have those skills. They want us to have communication skills. They want us to have math skills. They want us to have our technology skills They also want us to have life skills and soft skills, and some of those are attendance, and the fact that none of those things in college or work, you get a 2-week break. You're used to working through, you might get a 1-week break, very few people get a long 2-week vacation. Most importantly, I believe there's a learning drop on a longer break. 1 week refocuses people, 2 weeks refocus. And I think learning, I'm not talking about testing, I'm talking about learning. Learning is sequential, and it builds on itself. And we only have so many days, we just talked about the importance of stockpile days. We want to get the value out of those days, the child and the teacher. We don't want wasted days, and so when we wait a long time, I believe that you have to lose a couple days to review. I also think during Thanksgiving, those 2 days, nothing productive gets done, it's just kind of a review day or active day. The other thing, for some people that are for the 1 week, there are a lot of families where if I have 2 weeks of childcare, rows,
gets that break for the first 9 weeks or so. The child thrives during the 2 weeks and is ready to go back to school at that point. So, you know, we can talk about all these things we hear from, everybody has those children that, those instances where it is a problem. Somebody mentioned we're the only schools that have, block schedules and 2-week break. Well, I'm looking at our scores. I think other schools need to mimic what we do here in Wilson County. I mean, we keep going up. And the last thing maybe I'll comment on, we worried about these children that don't eat. We don't seem to worry about them during Christmas or summer break, only when it's convenient for us to have an excuse for this particular thing.
I'd like to say as well, I received an overwhelming response from constituents, and I appreciate those responses because it helps me make an informed decision. So please keep those coming. Where I stand is I'm going with the majority. So thank you again, and keep your comments coming to me because that's what's going to help me make future decisions.
Any other discussion? I'd just like to say that, I don't think there's anybody that would like to see our calendar reduced or shortened any more than I would. But, if we need to find ways to try to do that, whatever it might be. As long as we're taking breaks, all these holidays that we're getting, and, everything, and, we're required to be in school 180 days, so, had someone tell me today that, Sumner County starts before we do, after we do, and they get out before we do, and I called a friend of mine, the principal over there, and she told me that wasn't necessarily right, and they only get 1 week in the spring and 1 week in the fall, and of course, I already knew that, but, so, you know, there's a lot of things out there, you gotta, the folks sitting up here behind this table have got to make a decision of what they feel is in the best interest of the school system. And, that's what we're able to do. Sometimes those they're not popular decisions. Not popular at all. But you gotta make a decision. You gotta what you feel like is in the best interest. And you have to base those decisions on what you get from the people that you have working for you, that's supposed to know what you're doing. And, that are telling you and giving you this information. Now, am I supposed to sit back and question everything that they ask me and try to find some kind of fault with it and say that it's not true and that's not a fact? And you know, you look at it and you want to take it to be the truth and find out if it is the truth. And, you know, I hear this, you know, I have a daughter that teaches, and I hear it every day from her, what, you know, the stress that they're under and everything else. And, got kids in, got some men, can't remember. I got 2, I reckon, in school right now. But, you know, and I know, you know, how they feel. But I've got to make a decision, I feel like it's in the best interest of everyone, not just you. So, there be any other discussion this time? If not, I assume we're ready to vote. And I think the motion was that we accept the recommendation of the director of schools to have 1 week in October, 1 week of Thanksgiving, and have 3 days added at the end of the calendar that we would be excused from the school on May the 20th. Is that correct?
We would end the school year 3 days earlier.
3 days early. That was one question that I'd heard several times in the last few days. What are you doing for those extra 3 days? You know, you're not taking them away from it. So they're added at the end of the calendar, so we get out of school 3 days to meet. All right. Being no further discussion, all in favor of the recommendation, 1 October, 1 Thanksgiving, and 3 days added at the end of the school system, vote yes, and those opposed, so vote no. Let it show that it passes 4-3.
You got to.
All right, next item is Dr. Rucker.
Next, as far as I'm asking for approval of the, local education agency, the LEA school compliance report, this was brought to you on Thursday. And this is the report that we have to sign for the state, so that we are in compliance with all applicable state laws and rules of state board of education, asking for approval.
Heard the recommendation of the director on the LEA compliance report. Motion by Mr. Robinson, second by Ms. Armstrong. Any discussion? Being no discussion, all in favor, vote yes. Those opposed, vote no. They show the pass 7-0. Dr. Wright, start contract.
Yes, I'm asking, and again, this is an annual contract that was brought before you, and asking for approval that we continue agreement for services with STAR. And again, you have the appropriate paperwork as far as that, not only mental health crisis assessment, crisis and behavior management. And again, you'll look at it to see that how it breaks out as far as how it's provided to individual schools. And it's contract $193,000. That's also with United Way donations and other contributory agencies. So I'm asking for approval.
Heard the recommendation of the director on the STAR contract. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Armstrong, do I hear a second? Second by Mr. Sykes. Any discussion? Being no discussion on the STAR contract, all in favor, vote yes. Those opposed, vote no. That shows pass 7-0. Dr. Wright.
The next three are first readings, board policies that we discussed on Thursday. And the first one before you is the required policy that is supported by the state, 3.212 on district water testing, and I'm asking for approval.
You've heard the recommendation of the director that we approve the policy number section 3-3.212 on district water testing. We had a very lengthy discussion on that the other night at a work session. And, any others would have a motion?
Yes. Motion.
Motion by Ms. Armstrong, do I hear a second? Second by Mr. Carl, any further discussion?
One quick question.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Hall. Mr. Hall? Yes. There will be a follow-up on any of those, even though we had anybody close to, having a standard that wasn't acceptable.
Yes,
But if you had some that had minor, showing minor traces of, lead and stuff.
Yes,
That will all be followed up and rectified, right?
yes, sir, they've already been followed up on, but we will continue to monitor anything that is showing.
Thank you.
Any other discussion? If not, all in favor of accepting this policy number section 3.212, district water testing, vote yes. Those opposed, vote no. That is show that passes 7-0. Dr. Wright.
Next for your approval, first reading, personal professional bereavement leave, policy 5.303, and additional language on line 8, certified employees with 15 or more years of experience in the language inserted with Wilson County Schools shall earn an additional personal days a year for a total of 3 personal days per year, asking for approval.
Heard the recommendation of Dr. Wright on the section 5.303, personal, professional, and bereavement leave. Your motion?
So moved.
Motion by Ms. Armstrong, do I hear a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Carl, any discussion? Being no discussion, all in favor, vote yes. Those opposed, vote no. Let it show past 7-0. All right, Dr. Wright.
The next one, first reading again, transfers within the system, it's policy 6.206. There is one edit, as far as on page 6, that, the window is narrowed from February 1st through February 28th. And most of the language under this policy is under the employee section, only, and again, this was, discussed Thursday night, and you've got subject to the following conditions, and, much of it was made clear, as part of that discussion, that we wanted to make sure that we qualified, certain, points here, so I'm asking for approval.
Heard the recommendation from the director on, section 6.6206, transfers within the system. All in favor, do I hear a motion? Motion by Ms. Armstrong, do I hear a second? Second. Second by Mr. Sadi. Any discussion?
I have a question on, there, at the bottom, the words restricted, looks like they were put in restricting, if not resolved by the director of schools, an appeal may be made to the school board, transportation responsibility of the parents or guardian. That's kind of an out-of-zone request. My question was, does this kind of relate to an out-of-zone request? Would that out-of-zone request still be able to be appealed to the board?
And then, Mr. Carl, this is the section that comes after employee, which it begins to look at the language above that, it's, let's see, make sure, that we Mr. Hall, for that
When
conversation?
we open up a new school, any current seventh graders, that will be eighth graders next year, at either West Wilson or Mount Phillips Middle, have the option to stay at that school.
Good. So remember that this year's seventh graders, which would be next year, because that's where it gets confused when we set that, so it needs to be very clear.
Not eighth graders now, the seventh graders who will, in eighth grade.
Right, and eighth graders, yes.
So I'm gonna make that clear, that they do have an option to, stay there for West Wilson Middle or Mount Hill Middle with the, providing them with transportation. Is that how it is?
Yes.
Mr. Chairman, I also, just bring up a point about, I believe it's the Woodridge subdivision, which is right behind, Mount Hill Middle.
One referring to.
Yeah, and for them to be zoned at any time over to West Wilson, just didn't make a whole lot of sense. I don't know why we would be doing that. It's gotta be a better way of doing that particular subdivision.
I think Jackson Hill is in the same situation, they're right outside, Mount Juliet High School, and they received a lot of response from that community, as there's a line behind it.
If, you all remember from Thursday night, when we explained that, what West Wilson is the school that teaches Mount Juliet High School. They go to Mount Juliet Middle, and then we go to, the new high school. So that's why they were done that way, plus buses would stay on the east side of North Mount Juliet Road, for the Mount Juliet High School is on, after they pass on Lebanon Dirt Road. So it keeps the school, the subdivisions feeding the middle school and feeding the high school, in their zone.
And that needs to be repeated one more time, to be sure that it's understood. When we look at the completion particularly of, the new high school, West Wilson Middle School, students will transition to Mount Juliet High School. Mount Juliet Middle School will transition to the new high school.
And we did talk about the fact that it seems that Mount Juliet Middle School is out of its own zone, because those students who are going to high school, you would think that the Mount Juliet Middle School would be on the west side of the, Mount Juliet Road, but it doesn't have to do there. So I understand the concept, and I do, and it does make me feel a little better that this next year, that Woodridge Place will be allowed to make that, option, for their students, since they're been going after them for 2 years, and West Wilson as well.
Any other discussion?
Just had one other clarification, talking about the eighth graders, what that actually relates to, United States. What's the policy for siblings as well?
Those would also be on a case-by-case basis, so they would make, when they put their petition in for the items to stay in the eighth grade, if they do have a sibling in the middle school, then they could also add that to that same request. And then submit that to Mr. Moss. If the zones are approved tonight, they will start working on the notification process to notify the affected families of the zoning and what their options are.
And that will be filled out, Mr. Carl, so he'll get the website.
Nikki, quick question for clarification also.
Yes, sir.
You're saying all of our middle schools are zoned only, all West Wilson Middle is going to be zoned for Mount Juliet High School, all of them. There's no, some of them go here, some of them go there.
Well, if you remember, Thursday night, we went from 3 schools being split to, I think right now, the only one we only had was a small part of Stony Creek is split, but Elsie Patton is the one that's split when they go to those. The east side of Elsie, the east side of.
All the students at West Wilson Middle will go to the same high school?
Yes, once they get in the middle school, yes, they're not split, that's correct.
So they're all,
But they just split when they leave fifth grade. From Elsie Patton, and they get a small part of Stony Creek, but Elsie Patton, the one that they're on both sides of Mount Good Road, west and east. But once they get into the middle school, then they would go on into the high school, they're being.
what's going to be, never mind, it's,
Any other discussion? assume you're ready to vote on the middle school proposal, memo 2018-95. All in favor of it, vote yes, and those opposed, vote no. Let it show that it passed 5-2. Dr. Wright?
Next, for your approval, is memo, 2018-96, likewise, this is the proposed high school zoning. Again, we had this discussion as well Thursday night, and again, most of that conversation as far as defining that, so I'm asking for approval of the proposed high school zoning.
Does this include the water tank?
The current proposal doesn't, Mr. Chairman.
Did you say?
The current proposal does include water lines.
Does?
It includes all four houses.
All four
And
houses.
the new houses.
I'd like to, okay. Is that your motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion.
Motion by Mr. Carl. Is that your second?
I'll second it, open for discussion.
Second by Mr. Sonic for the purpose of discussion. I would like to ask that the Watertown rezoning, be pulled from this time. I don't think that we've done enough study as to what kind of impact this will have on the kids that live in the very far northeast section of Wilson County. We're looking at probably a 25-mile trip for them, and I don't think that that's acceptable. It's not acceptable to me. And I would like to ask that we pull Watertown from that this time until we can look at the boundary lines and do a little bit more to maybe consolidate that area out there to where that some of those kids in very far in out there can possibly be moved to go to 11.
That, under the motion, you're amending?
I would like to amend this motion to pull Watertown from it. That's my motion. All right.
Mr. Hall, the area that I think he's referring to as far northeast, is that correct? The big word?
You said that nothing here.
Far northeast is the area he's talking about?
Yes.
Currently, those kids, are they transferred, or they go to Tuckers and then transfer to a different high school, is that correct?
Their current zone for the Tucker's Crossroads area goes to Tucker's Crossroads, and then they're transferred into Lebanon High School today.
Today.
Correct.
So if we make this change, the only difference is they're going to Lebanon, they go to Watertown,
On the proposal, yes, sir.
which is actually a little bit closer, not much, but a little bit closer than the Lebanon.
They're about the same as
10.6, 10.4,
10.8.
made of lava.
Yes, sir.
So really, no difference from that standpoint. Okay. Just wanted to verify.
Mr. Robinson?
And I notice you're different than the, to clarify that, to make a statement on that, you, 10.8 to 10.4, is the difference. The difference is going up Bluebird Road, Bell Road, Commerce Road, or Leavenwood Road to go to Watertown, as opposed to getting off I-40 and going to Lebanon High School, which is sitting right off of I-40.
The question that you always ask for research Thursday night is to get information based on the distance between the schools and the difference with a number of people above Carthage Highway and below Carthage Highway, and all I did was answer your question.
I'm not.
For that information.
I'm
kids in that area are picked up and taken to Tucker's Crossroads. It's gonna take the same amount of time from there to Tucker's, regardless of where they go from there. So from there to Watertown or to Lubbock, it's gonna be about the same amount of time. I don't know how we're not, are having those kids on the bus slow. I don't understand. And call for question.
Call for question. All in favor of the, what is it, high school zone?
I have two motions that are open, Mr. Tomlinson.
The what?
I have two motions that are open. I have a motion to approve high school zone.
Mm-hmm.
You have in front of you, and I have a motion to remove the Watertown. Which one are we voting?
Mr. Carl would not accept my amendment today.
So you have to vote, on it.
Yeah, we have to
But he
vote
wouldn't, he
on it.
wouldn't accept it.
But we have a motion and we have a second, so we have to vote on that to reject that. I have two motions that are open right now.
Vote on the amendment first.
It's not that hard. You vote on the amendment first. If the amendment is defeated, then you vote on the original motion. If the amendment is carried, then you vote on the original motion as amended.
I thought that Mr. Carl had to be willing to accept my.
No.
He'll have to.
That's your vote.
All right, we're voting on the original, we're voting on the amendment.
So before we do that, I want to clarify.
Yes, we're voting on the amendment.
So that means we're taking
Watertown. That's what my motion, take Watertown out of this. That was the amendment.
So we're not voting on that?
Vote on the amendment. For the amendment, vote yes. If you're against, vote no. Let it show that the amendment failed 4-3. All right, we're back to the original motion. High school zoning. For the high school zoning, vote yes. If you're opposed to it, vote no. It shows it fell 4-3. All right, next item of business.
Mr. Chair, based on last Thursday's conversation and the discussion around the requested information on the 45-minute start time, which again, much discussion. The request then was made what it would look like if there was a 15-minute, 30-minute. And so you have information that was pulled together by Mr. Hall, and that's in front of you as far as the recommendation that start time of schools listed below be moved 15 minutes later than current time. An example being starting at 7:15 a.m. today, it would begin at 7:30 effective July 1st. And then you have at the bottom of that same memo that I'm recommending that the start time of following schools be moved 30 minutes later than current time. The school starts at 7:15 a.m. today, it will begin at 7:45, effective July 1st. And again, this is based on request information, very similar to what was been requested for the 45-minute look. So, again, based on that, requesting approval of the adjusted school start time, 15 minutes and 30 minutes.
What will the outside be for the 15 minutes?
15 minutes beyond what the dismissal time is today.
And what time is it?
Well, it depends on which school you're referring to. If you're looking at those that are listed below there for the 15 minutes. Again, 3:45. 3:45.
Elementary school would be 2:30.
Excuse me?
The elementary school would be 2:30.
For some of them.
Well, don't you think it's kind of important, we know what those times are?
Yeah, it is important, but like I'm saying, if you look at that list below you, there, again, that's the inconsistency of what we have when you look at West Wilson Middle and West Wilson Central High, you're adding the 15 minutes, which is, they're dismissing at 3:30 today, it would be 3:45.
Okay, well, we've been here a long time, so anytime that makes, not gonna make a difference. This will, it'll depend, what time do they get out?
2:30.
2:30? Glade,
2:30.
what?
2:30.
2:30, okay. Lakeview?
2:30.
2:30. Mount Jude Elementary? 2:30. Mount Jude High School?
3:30.
3:30. Mount Jude High? Mount Jude Middle? Yeah.
3:30.
Okay, let me tell you. Rutherford?
2:30.
2:30. 2:30. Is that right? Springdale.
2:30.
Stone Creek.
2:30.
That's yeah, right.
2:30.
West Elementary.
2:30.
West Wilson Middle.
3:30.
And Wilson Central.
3:30.
No, 3:45.
Oh, what they are, 3:45.
3:40.
Start up there, doing this current time.
Do we have to keep West Wilson Middle and Wilson Central in that loop? Or is that a bus issue?
The reason for the difference, of 30 minutes and 15 is we've got 9 to 10 buses that serve the East End County, that when they do their routes, they go into West End County to do routes, so that we need that 15 minutes.
Lebanon High School.
7:45.
Start time. That's the start time. I'm talking about, I want to out there.
I'll take the time to 2:45.
2:45. Carol Oakland.
2:45.
Tucker, 2:45. Water tank.
I think just 7:20 right now, so it would be 2:55. No, 2:50.
What is it, Mr. Luttrell?
It's 30 minutes. So it's 30 minutes on there.
Yeah, but you're.
30 minutes.
30 minutes?
2:50.
Would that be the same for the middle school and the high school, Mr. Luttrell?
It's the same for middle school and elementary, right?
That was about 5 minutes.
First 5 minutes.
2:45.
And see, you hear what he just said, all the kids are on the same bus, and that was what his comment is.
All right. Thank you for that. All right, we have a motion. On the start time, we have a motion. Do I hear a second? Motion by Mr. Charles, I hear a second. Second by Mr. Sadi. Any further discussion?
Yes, Mr. Chairman.
Yes,
I know 15 minutes doesn't sound like a lot, or 30 minutes doesn't sound like a lot, but with people teachers that have second jobs, getting there on time to be, and even students that have jobs after school, that can make a difference of getting there on time or not, so just throw that out for what it's worth. That's my opinion.
Any other discussion?
Yes, I did speak to high school administrator, former high school administrator in the county, that 45 minutes for high schoolers to get to a second job would be impossible. However, 15 minutes would probably not be an issue. So, my heart goes out to those children on the eastern side of the county who are getting up at 4:30 in the morning to be on the bus at 5:20 in the morning to meet their scheduled time to meet the bus. 30 minutes would provide an opportunity for those children to get a little extra sleep and maybe not give their parents such a hard time in the morning.
And I too, spoke with several schools, Lakeville and Springdale, and some other schools as well, but those two in particular gave me some bus times, and even at Lakeville Elementary, there were children getting on the bus at 5:40, I believe it was, and up to 5:55, there were 4 buses there, and then a couple of other buses shortly after that were where the children were running that early to get to school by 7:15. We could either change that position, and I hope that is helpful to the parents and for the students as well. I just wanted to say that I appreciate, members seeking a solution to the problem of students getting on a bus so early. However, I don't feel that the problem is the start time. I feel it's a transportation concern
want to do this, I don't want to start chaos, but I think I'd like to give principals and carpool riders and buses in the area a chance to kind of vet this out and say, does this work for those people? Because sometimes 15 minutes can kill somebody for, if that's the majority, we're going to have outliers. But, I just don't want to rush this if we could have at least principals weigh in and parents weigh in on what they're doing.
Any other discussion? If not, I assume we're ready to vote on the proposed start time, as you have listed there in front of you. Those in favor of voting for that, vote yes. Those opposed, vote no. Let it show that passed 5-2. Dr. Wright?
And the final, recommendation this evening is to approve the naming of the new high school, memo 2018-99, and based, on accepting, committee recommendation, I ask for approval.
Heard the recommendation, the director on the name of the new high school, and that name is?
Green Hill High School.
Do I hear a motion?
Yes.
Motion by Mrs. Armstrong, do I hear a second?
Second.
Who second? Wayne. Second, Mr. McNeese. Any discussion?
I just want to say that our committee will be meeting one more time to, rethink the, mascot situation, and we have some good options that we're excited for us.
This is name only, doesn't have anything to do with mascot or color, correct?
Exactly.
We can still let the students vote on those?
I think that's going to be what we're going to try to work out.
Not the colors, the mascot.
Not the colors, but the mascot.
Not the color?
No.
If I got if I come up with a lion as a mascot, and it's gonna be green lion, I don't know, if that'll look real attractive somewhere, I'm just.
You don't know what you missed, I've been purple cat.
Oh, I do.
Oh, boy. The name of the high school? I would say that, and this has to do with Ms. Arnold and Ms. McNeese, all both on that committee, but, I would like to see you, seek some input from the, young men and women who will be going attending at high school when it comes to the name of their mascot or whatever. I'd like to see that happen.
And I believe that's a recommendation that, has come forward, particularly the existing 6th, 7th, and 8th graders in Mountain Village Middle School.
And I also understand and realize, and Mayor Jennings, he's still here.
Yep.
When these mascots and things, are looked at, there's a lot of, copyrights things that you have to consider and be of that, because I remember not too long ago, Coach Robinson, the University of Washington, Washington University, or whether the University of Washington, questioned Watertown while they were using their logo.
Wisconsin.
Was it Wisconsin? I thought it was Washington.
With the W.
Well, who it was. So, think about that.
And we have a challenge right now with, Mount Juliet High School and Memphis Grizzlies.
And Mount Juliet's been around a whole lot longer than Memphis Grizzlies.
Mr. Chairman, just for the record, we question why University of Wisconsin is using ours.
I hear that. Okay. Motion on the floor that we, to vote on the naming of the new school. All in favor of voting, call it Green Hill, vote yes. Those opposed, vote no. to show that it passed 6-1. Dr. Wright?
Mr. Chair, that concludes my recommendations for this evening.
Thank you. Old business come before the board.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, sir.
in my amendment to the calendar, not get a second, just the reason we didn't bring it up, or how did we, I guess we have it off the table on my, I don't know how anybody will vote on it, but I did think it's important, that's the only reason I mentioned it, but on the, stockpile. I don't know whether it was something wasn't appropriate, or we did, but it never was brought up, so. I may be the only one that has concern about that, I respect that, but I thought I didn't make that, I thought
And just answer your, Mr. Robinson, if that's something that is entertaining as far as an adjustment to the calendar, as far as removal of stock holidays, we would also have to reduce and go to a 6.5 day, because the only reason that we gain those stock holidays is simply because of the 30 minutes added, which has been in existence for a long time.
why would they eliminate it?
What do you mean, Linda?
I'm talking about using them for, improvement, when you're bringing those teachers in for 2 days.
That's how we use them.
What I'm trying to say is you're using them for, and they have to come in even though they've already worked for 30 minutes. And I didn't want to get into discussion again, but how if they not worked that 30 minutes, you'd be within that parameter of those 13 days. But if you're using 2 of those days that they have already earned for that 30 minutes, you coming in making them work again, instead of making it in-service days, and you're gonna let the kids off, that's what the board wanted to do. But those teachers, in that aspect of it, are working 2 extra days by that you declaring these stock holidays. And the state is, whatever, is the one that allows you to do this. And so, that has been done. But, I've had discussions with other directors, and more than one, on this issue. They said, well, never really thought about it. I'm not sure whether they did or didn't, but they're making them work 2 extra days that they've already earned.
I'd like to sit down with you and show you how that works, because, again, we're responsible for 180 instructional days for students. Our teachers, as a 200-day contract, are responsible for 190 work days. So they're not working extra days. So I need to show you how that works.
Missy brought it up, what about parent-teacher conferences? They have to come back into school for those. Can we not use that as something other, I don't know?
I'm not sure I see why we are required, that's one of those mandates again, that we have to show that there is a parent-teacher conference as far as.
They don't get paid for it.
Well, yeah, they're paid, it's not about extra, they're on contract, they're not paid by the hour. That's an expectation, a job expectation that's set by the state. And what we used to do, and is here in some districts, that you would have like a half day, and students would go home, but no parent would show up. And so, thing is that making it more parent-friendly, where parents can come in and use that time, but we let the school set that up individually as opposed to making a district requirement. So we beat the state mandate, but again, it goes into that's an expectation that we have to have. It's required by law, and it's not trying teachers to work more time. They have to meet that parent conference time.
Again, did I get my second? That was the question I was going to ask. Did you ask for a second?
Yes.
Okay. That was the reason why. Okay.
That's long ago, Bill, I don't remember.
That's good. That's whatever.
Just note that at the end of ours, we put in a date, January 13th will be the day of the retreat.
Any business come forward board this time?
Just a couple highlights from, the TSBA that I wanted to kind of bring to light. Chad, myself, and Colin said we'll have the opportunity to vote on some issues that the TSBA is gonna bring to the state as far as resolutions, and a couple highlights. One was, looking at reducing the ratio, or increasing the ratio of nurses, basically effectively making it from a 1 to 3,000 ratio to a 1 to 700 ratio, providing additional funding for our school system. In our case, we're providing funding for 3.5 nurses. If that were to pass, the legislation saw in their heart to give us additional funding for that, that would mean that the other 20.5 nurses that we pay out of local funding would then free up funding for teachers, number one. Another resolution that they were talking about, which is something we're gonna try to do in a private act, which is, allowing districts to choose the ABC Aspire suite as opposed to, state mandated tests that allows us to do that. Was there another one?
And there was some with that, the test could be more than.
Right, I want-
Instructional time.
Limited instructional time based on age, grade, 1 hour for first grade, 2 hours for second grade, so on and so forth. Which seems kind of arbitrary, but it is a limit. And one thing I also want to bring to light, after having sat through another calendar discussion, when we had teachers speak out in groups, I think it's extremely important that we, the district, look very closely and put a lot of our energy into increasing our teacher quality of life in other areas, which obviously is pay. Firstly, if the sales
You did it.
Thank you, too. Yeah, you're in that Jeep. Is it raining out?
I hope not.
Be careful.
Yeah.